Hello everyone, it is Obscure Neck here today with a new video, and today we're going to be talking about the second part about what really happened on the Zoey 101 set. So let's deep dive and thrive. So as you guys may know, I did a whole video on Zoey 101 previously. That was where we first started with our conversation, and today we're going to do the second part of that. So for those who don't know, Zoey 101 is a show on Nickelodeon that ran from 2005 to 2008. It starred Britney Spears' little sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, as well as other names such as Victoria Justice, Aaron Sanders, Alexa Nikolas, Chris Massey, Sean Flynn, and more. This show was one of Nickelodeon's highest rated shows at the time. It was about this girl, Zoey Brooks, who went to this boarding school that was letting all girls in for the first time, and she goes through a lot of situations with her friends. Last video we discussed about what happened on season 1, but today we're going to discuss about what happened in season 2. Season 2 started filming in May of 2005 to August 2005. So this was after season 1 finished airing in May 2005. At this point, Kristen Herrera, Dana, was exited from the show. The last time they had Kristen Herrera was, they had an interaction with her, was a photo shoot for Zoey 101 in April 2005. So that was kind of the last time that was a thing. And in this season, it all comes to a crumble for Alexa Nikolas. We're gonna start with how the season started off with filming. Everyone came back and they added Victoria Justice into the show. There was all this hype behind who the new cast member was and everything. And Victoria Justice auditioned for the show and she got the role of Lola Martinez. And she first became friends on set with Alexa Nikolas because Alexa and Victoria's mom knew each other, and that's how they became friends. And for the first couple of episodes, Alexa knew Jamie Lynn wasn't feeling her, so Alexa would keep her distance, according to her live stream, by the way. So Alexa just stayed away from her and just became friends with Victoria and was doing all the things that she wanted to do with sleepovers, talking about boys, going to the mall and all that sort of thing. That was all good for a bit. However, one day on set, Victoria completely turned on Alexa, apparently, and stopped being her friend, and they were at odds, and they had a fight, apparently, over a guy. And that's why their friendship dismantled and everything. And that's where the season began turning for Alexa. And it turned even further when, in August of 2005, and this was leaked in the press, by the way, around this time, that Jamie Lynn and Alexa pretty much were feuding with one another on set. It was because one day, Alexa was being called to the trailer, to Jamie Lynn's trailer, by the AD, who is named Ian, and I believe his name is Ian Jordan. This is who it was. And Ian told Alexa's mom that Alexa was going to go to hair and makeup because when you're a minor, you have to tell the parents where your child is going on set at all times by law. And then when they were going to hair and makeup, apparently, Ian said that Jamie Lynn wanted to see her. And that was kind of odd because, first off, the AD just lied to Alexa's mom where they were going. That's already kind of illegal in general. And very suspicious and very sketchy. And so Alexa goes to Jamie Lynn's trailer, and Alexa thought that Jamie Lynn and her were going to settle and say however they felt about one another, and that they were going to finally end this feud because Jamie Lynn never called Alexa to her trailer before. And when Alexa was going to the trailer, inside it, Jamie Lynn was there, and she ran to the back and she escaped and was like, I don't want anything to do with this. And Britney then stood up to her, and Britney Spears was there. And Britney yelled at her and said that she was going to end her career if she didn't leave her little sister alone. And Alexa then threw up. And Alexa's mom was freaking out and was screaming for anyone to come and was telling Dan, what the F did you do to my daughter? Funny thing is, Alexa said in her stream, is that when DS came, DS had a smirk on his face, like as if it was supposed to happen, as if he knew this was gonna happen.
So then finally Dan walks in. And Dan has not helped the entire time. And I don't feel comfortable going into details about what I've seen with Dan or like what Dan is. But he comes through and with a smirk on his face. And because he's known the entire time that it was leading to this. He could have prevented this. Like, he could have stepped in and been like, let's be friends here. We're on a kid's show. Like, let's be, like, even though we're kids, like, an adult should step in and be like, let's be friends. Like, how can we settle this? But no, that never happened. And so Dan comes in with, like, a smirk on his face, which he's always had with me. Not a nice guy. Comes in, he's like, what's going on? What happened, Alexa? Oh, no, sorry. He goes, what happened now with you, Alexa? As if it's my fault, like, immediately.
And I think he definitely did know this was gonna happen because Ian Jordan was the one who was in the middle of this, and the Spears clearly had roots to controlling everything on set as well. Because Lynn really wrote the script of Zoey 101 and not DS, according to Tracy Brown, as we've seen in previous videos.
You know that show, Zoey 101? I read that. I looked into that. Because Lynn wrote Zoey 101. Wrote it herself. She's actually very talented. And I said to her, do not hand this over. It's yours. Keep it. Be in a power position. Be producer. Be executive producer. But this is your baby. You don't give it up. What's the next thing you think she did? Gave it up to Dan Schneider. Yep. Dan Schneider lied and said he created it or produced it or wrote it or whatever lies Dan Schneider likes to tell a lot.
DS knew what was happening. He knew very well. And they kind of tried to settle this, but they couldn't. And they just shot the last scene. And this was the last scene of the last day of the show. Conveniently, right? That's very convenient in my opinion. And Alexa then got squirted guns at, and everyone on set at that point turned on her, apparently. And let me tell you why. Because in Jamie Lynn's book, she wrote that the reason why her and Alexa didn't get along is because Alexa started rumors about her smelling bad, having lice. And I'll be honest, that was the third time I heard of that, because I heard the lice story before, 2 other times prior. One other time I heard it from 10 years ago from someone who I knew who worked on that set. And they told me that Alexa would make up rumors about Jamie Lynn. And because they heard it from someone else, not from Alexa's mouth themselves. And then last year, there was an incident, which is a whole other thing, with a Zoey 101 cast member a cast member that worked on that show that had this whole issue with certain people calling out things. It was a whole situation last year that I don't want to get into, but that cast member also said that he heard the rumor on set from someone else that Alexa was spreading a rumor that Jamie Lynn had lice. So, that was 2 people that said it, and they seemed to say it came from someone else and not from Alexa themselves. So they didn't even ask Alexa if she started the rumor. And and also I want to say that Sloan, my friend Sloan, he did an amazing job on an interview with Alexa Nikolas, and when he brought the lace thing up, she basically looked like she never heard of that before. So that seemed like it was her first time hearing about that. So to me, there is a few things to go on like that. First off, let's just say, out of all the female Zoey 101 cast member actresses, who are the superior actresses on this show? Like, who out of these people are the superiors? Because, as we learned from Jamie Lynn's book, she has a jealous side of her sister because her sister was superior and talented in every way. And it was very clear in Jamie Lynn's book that she still has wounds from that. So for her naturally to be in the shadow, it makes sense why she would feel intimidated by other actresses and insecure about them on set. 3 people on that set that I think had better acting skill than Jamie Lynn Spears, objectively speaking, because she wasn't animated. She really wasn't. And these 3 were just much more animated than her. Victoria Justice, Erin Sanders, and Alexa Nikolas. And I feel that she thought that Alexa was going to try to take over her show because she was going to get her own spin-off. And as Alexa said in Sloane's interview, parents were talking about the spin-off. I think that Jamie Lynn made up that rumor herself because, as we know from people online that have posted receipts, Jamie was a bully at middle school. With other teachers thought she was a bully too. Sam Lufty thinks she's a bully. Other people that know her think she's a bully. Usually the bully would make a rumor up about themselves, and I don't think it would be very far-fetched for her. I don't think that would be a far-off thing for her to make up the rumor about her smelling bad in lice and telling it to other girls and other people herself. And I wonder if Jamie Lynn did make up the rumor and told Victoria Justice about it, and that's why Victoria turned on her. I wonder if that was it. Another theory I have about this is that possibly DS made up that rumor, or someone on DS's side that was close to DS made up that rumor and spread it around, because interesting enough to me, I always felt Victoria and Alexa were very similar in characters, and I felt that like DS was gonna make Alexa a show, maybe. He was trying to look at which girl was the superior here. He didn't look at Erin Sanders. I think he felt more of Erin Sanders as a side character, because it did feel that way for a while. There was Kristen Herrera, who she didn't think had a good enough acting skill. He didn't think that. Alexa, who says way too much, because as we learned from Angelique Spate's experience, Brian Hurd's experience, they don't like people who are exposing things who are calling things out on set that is dysfunctional, as we learned from those experiences. And they don't like parents who are not willing to separate from child, they don't like people who aren't going to conform to the format that they have, no matter what the backlash may be on the child. So that's why I feel like DS would want to get rid of Alexa, personally. And I think that's why he had a smirk on his face from what Alexa said. And as well, Ian Jordan knew about the whole situation, Ian Jordan is one of DS's people. So put the puzzle pieces together as they may, because I feel that's what happened. And that's why Alexa was made into bad light, because they found an easy way to target her, and they found an easy way to make her look crazy, because she was calling out Jamie Lynn multiple times on stuff. And her mom was doing that as well, because she just wanted to be friends and befriend Jamie Lynn, and Jamie Lynn couldn't do it, and that's what it was, pretty much. That's why that Zoey 101 thing had all that drama afterwards, and I think cast members are convinced of a certain narrative, and I believe that, and I think that's what it is, but who knows? But yeah, that's what I think really happened on the Zoey 101 set. It's very sad, but it is what it is. I know Alexa's trying to heal from it right now, and I hope she does. And I know it's something that will always wound you, but you just gotta move forward, and you gotta just remember that this was only one period of time, and it does not define you. This experience does not define you as a person, and I know she has a beautiful baby and everything. But it's sad about how dysfunctional these child show sets really are. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I'm sending you much love, and I hope you tune in for more conversations we will be having on this channel, because I love having conversations with you, and it's really good to see all of you commenting and giving feedback as always. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.